Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you are new to the channel, thank you so much. I've seen there's some new people that have just subscribed to the channel. How are you guys doing? Welcome, get comfy, check out the rest of my content. I know I have a lot of new subscribers from doing these new Love Island reviews every other day. But guys, let me tell y'all something. I definitely have other videos out on my channel that you guys would really enjoy. So check out the rest of the content. You guys already know, if you're not new, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, and if you have been watching me for a while but you're not subscribed, double check and make sure you are subscribed. Let's get into this review because I have a lot to say. Okay, episode opens up with everybody doing their debrief after Taylor decides that he wants to couple up with Clark. We hear Alandria talking to Sierra and Shelly, and she's basically letting them know that she's closing the chapter with Taylor, that she is going to leave the situation alone. She also lets us know that she definitely wants to crash out, but she's not going to do it. She's going to save face because, like I say in all my other reviews, Alandria definitely acts as if she's on TV 24/7. Like, Alandria acts like there's a camera following her 24/7. And I'm not sure if I said this in one of my other reviews, but if you guys do not know, they do not have cameras following them throughout the house. The only time that they get to actually sit in front of a camera is when they are in confessional. Sometimes they do forget that they are being filmed, but when it comes to Alandria, baby, she knows she's on camera 24/7 because she always does what she thinks is the right thing when it comes to the way she holds herself and the way she holds her emotions together. And then you guys could also see that Alandria sometimes slips out, you know, and her mask slip, but then she catches it right back up. Alandria basically acts like she's on TV 24/7. So she says she's going to leave Taylor alone. So I'm like, all right, like, that's good. Honestly speaking, like I said in the last review, I still do not know why she's still there, but maybe they might bring somebody else for her. But I really feel like they should have gave Coco a shot. So basically, after she ends up talking about Taylor, the girls ask her how was it being in the house when they were at Casa Amor, and she opens up to Sierra and she lets Sierra know that her and Nick had a thing. She waters it down, and I was just kind of looking at her like, Sierra's going to be mad on movie night, and Sierra's going to be mad when they all leave the villa and she finds out that everybody and their mama want Nick and Alandria to be together. Because Alandria was watering down that situation and trying to basically make it seem like, oh, we just coupled up because we didn't want to go home, but we kissed each other and we didn't feel a spark. No, guys, let me really clock tea before we continue. When Jalen tried to kiss Alandria when he was coupled up with her, after a while, she started making him give her a kiss on the cheek. When Zach tried to get a kiss from Alandria, Alandria shut it down. Alandria does not give vibes that she just be kissing just to kiss. It's not how Alandria is. Like, she's very poised. She's very, like, reserved. You know what I mean? She's not, like, she's not open, you know? So the way she kissed Nick, it was not just, oh, we were trying to explore to see if we liked each other and we didn't. No, babe. I am a firm believer that even though Alandria does not like Nick the way Nick likes her, that she definitely in some way, shape, or form wanted that kiss from Nick. And that wasn't a moment of we were just trying to explore. Because they didn't really need to even kiss each other to explore. And Alandria have explored with other guys and never gave them a kiss for real. So why does she need to kiss Nick knowing that Sierra was her best friend? There's a reason why. There's some type of spark that I feel like deep down inside she knows there's a spark between them. But like she told Sierra, they're already 4 weeks into this villa. It's already too late. She already formed a bond with Sierra, and I'm pretty sure after she kissed him, she definitely started regretting the kiss just because of the simple fact that her and Sierra are very good friends, and she did not want to cross Sierra like that. But I definitely do think that if Sierra never came into play and they never been friends and stuff, and she never was stuck on this Taylor stuff, this Taylor thing, I definitely do think that Alandria should have explored the connection with Nick from the beginning. But like I said, it's a little too late now, right? She is not upset about that. And then Sierra basically tells Alandria that she is happy that Alandria did that with him and that he did not do that with any of the Casa Amor girls. And honestly speaking, what that spoke to me is that Sierra is not threatened by Alandria. And I don't think that Sierra thinks that Nick likes Alandria the way he likes her. I honestly think that Sierra is not threatened by Alandria at all. And I honestly feel like Sierra does not think that Alandria can take her man, and she's wildly mistaken because Nick is in love with Alandria. And like I say in my other reviews, you can literally see the patterns of how he treats Sierra versus how he treats Alandria. He treats Alandria like the queen that she is. He does not treat Sierra like that. When she made that statement, I was looking at her like, girl, you better buckle up, because if Alandria decides that she's gonna have an epiphany and go after him, he is going to 100% let it happen. I know that Alandria is not gonna do that. A lot of people are still saying that they have faith in them and stuff like that. I don't have faith in Alandria and Nick's thing, because I feel like Alandria is not going to allow it. So then after that, after they get done talking to each other, Sierra decides to go talk to Nick. Nick is very worried and he's looking like, man, you know, I'm worried about what she would say. And honestly speaking, Nick was worried because Nick knows that he still has feelings for Alandria, and Nick knows that it wasn't just exploring. If it was just exploring, Nick would not be worried. Nick would tell her, hey, we had to do something to get into the house. We decided, you know, let's just see if there's something there. You know, there wasn't nothing there. He would not be worried. His heart rate would not be racing because he genuinely likes Alandria. And like I said in my last review, he did not want to shut it down with Alandria. I had a couple of people arguing with me in the comment section, not really arguing, but like debating with me in the comment section, saying that it was a mutual thing. Guys, you guys have to pick up on social cues. It was not a mutual thing. When he sat down with Alandria in Soul Ties, he asked her, hey, let's talk about the kids, and she deflected. She wanted him to speak about it first. She said, why do I have to speak about it? That right then and there let him know that she was not with that kiss that they had the day before. So he spoke about the kiss, and then after he spoke about the kiss, that's when she brought up the fact of Sierra and Taylor and this and that, and that's when he started nodding his head and being like, yeah, you're right. And that's when she friend-zoned him, and he went right along with it because he did not want to look like the only one that felt a different way about the situation. I can guarantee you 100% if Alandria told him, I love the kiss, I know Sierra's my friend, but I want to explore things with you, Nick would have dropped everything, y'all, and went to go explore things with Alandria. I'm telling you. As Alandria shut it down, he went right along with it because like I said, he didn't want to be the only one on the opposing end of the situation. So he sits down with Sierra and they talk about the situation, and Sierra basically tells him that she's perfectly fine with what happened. Sierra reiterates again that she's happy that it was Alandria and that, you know, she doesn't see nothing wrong with that, and Nick has some sign of relief. Get to talking about how they missed each other. Sierra talks about how Elon went and put a C with the pancake. You see Nick visibly getting upset. And honestly speaking, I find it very weird, and I think Sierra thinks it's cute when Nick gets upset and stuff like that, because even the way she was saying, yeah, Elon put a C, like she was so happy to tell him, I think Sierra gets a thrill out of Nick being upset for her. But what Sierra does not understand is that Nick is not being overprotective and upset because he likes her. Nick is being overprotective and upset because Nick has been trying to get away from Sierra since he has coupled up with Sierra, and he has been unsuccessful, and he does not want any competition to take Sierra away from him, because Nick is starting to now realize that if Sierra ends up finding a better connection with Elon, he might go home. That's what he's starting to notice. So he's not being overprotective because he likes you, Sierra. He's being overprotective because he does not want to go home. And honestly speaking, if Nick had the opportunity to do what Taylor did, he would do it. It's just that no girl had really allowed him to really do it for real. You guys look at Nick's facial expression when he was talking to Sierra. You could tell that he was not happy to be coupled up with Sierra. Y'all already know what we say about men all the time. Don't listen to what men say, listen to their action. If you look at Nick's actions and his mannerisms, it shows something completely different. He was telling Sierra that he was so happy that she was back in the house and ABCD and this and that. His face and his actions were definitely showing otherwise. Nick was not happy to be back coupled up with Sierra. If anything, the only thing that I feel like Nick was happy to be doing with Sierra again is having sex. And honestly speaking, I am going to bring it up again, and I know some people are going to be tired of me saying it, but I'm going to bring it up again because the first time I brought it up, a lot of people were getting angry at me that I brought this up and was basically saying that I was just talking anyhow. I'm going to bring it up again. Sierra uses her vagina to make Nick stay. Whenever Sierra sees that there's a threat on their relationship, she sleeps with him every single time. What did she say to him before they went to bed? She said she wants to jump his bones. I want to sleep with you tonight. Why does Sierra feel the need to always try to sleep with Nick every single time she feels like there's a slip up? And honestly speaking, when she made the comment to Nick saying that she wanted to jump his bones, it let me know for a given fact that she is deep down inside threatened by the fact that him and Olandria tried to explore that connection. And I know the wheels in her head started turning and thinking to herself like, you guys have been in the house since day one. Why are y'all trying to explore that connection? And I know she was trying to lie to herself and psych herself into believing that the situation was not that deep, when it in fact was very deep. Everybody goes to bed. Screen basically gets panned to Sierra and Nick having sex again. I don't know why she's still... Oh, this is another thing before we continue. And Nick was talking to Sierra about why him and Alandria stopped doing what they were doing. He basically was saying, you know, we stopped doing it because, you know, you were... And then he just paused. Like, he couldn't even say out of his mouth, you're for me. And he just paused, and then he skipped over and said, and Alandria's for Taylor.
We obviously knew, like, you know, you're the girl that, and Taylor's the guy for her.
If you guys still think that Sierra and Nick are couple goals, I don't know what to tell you guys. Because every time I say something about Sierra, y'all get all mad. You guys are wondering, no, I don't care for Sierra. I think she's very strategic. I think she is a mean girl, and I think that she is a manipulator. I know somebody in the comments are about to be like, explain how, explain how. I'm not going to be explaining that, but if you guys want me to explain the manipulation part, then you guys already know how I feel about her being a manipulator. Using your vagina to keep a man around is manipulation tactics. Also, if you guys always see the night before, whenever she sleeps with Nick, there's always something that happened with a girl that makes her sleep with Nick that she feels threatened by. And Nick's head is always focused somewhere else the night before she sleeps with him. Then the next morning, Nick is happy again because, like I say in all my reviews, Nick is a very lustful man. And I feel like Sierra knows that Nick is a lustful man. And I feel like she knows that that keeps him going. So she does things to keep him on lock. And she does things to keep his focus back on her. What Sierra's not understanding is that that is not going to make Nick like her anymore. Nick is going to begin to resent her because men are very weird, and the way men think are different from how we think. A lot of us women, when we are dealing with men that we might not like that, or men that we might be a little, you know, off board about, let's say they give us some good D, or let's say they give us money, over time we begin to see past their flaws or see what we don't like physically, and we begin to fall more and more in love with them. A man, when you are dealing with a man who does not like you like that, or they're not attracted to you like that, and I don't think that Nick is not physically attracted to Sierra, but I don't think he thinks that Sierra's the one. You know what I mean? And when you are dealing with a guy who is not really attracted to you like that, and you keep sleeping with him over and over again, they begin to resent you. And I know some people were saying, well, Nick can't deny it if he doesn't like her. No man is giving up no cooch, especially a lustful man like Nick. They wake up the next morning and Taylor basically is talking to Ace, and Ace basically says that being in the house is beginning to irritate him, that he doesn't like the fact that Shelly is not making up her decision. And honestly, I was just looking at Ace like, Ace, you spent the whole first 2.5 weeks trying your best to get away from Shelly. You went and coupled up with Amaya. If Shelly wants to jump between you and Chris, let her do it, and may the best man win. You said that you like to play games, and you said that you don't lose, so get your head in the game and stop complaining. I don't know what you complaining about. You spent the first 2.5 weeks doing your own thing, and she let you. She didn't say nothing, so don't say nothing as well. And then he talks to Taylor about Alandria, and Taylor basically stands on business. That's what he says. He said he's standing on business about his decision that he made with Alandria, that he is happy that he made his decision with Clark. And he also said that he could have been fake and went back to Alandria, but he went with his heart. And he even emphasized that to Clark when he was talking to her near the poolside, that that's his decision, and he's very happy and standing 10 toes about his decision. Then we see Taylor pan over to confessionals and make a comment talking about he still wants to explore things with Alandria. And y'all remember in the beginning when I said that Alandria acts like she's on TV 24/7? Taylor needs to take some skills from her. Because Taylor over here acting as if cameras only go in the confessional. Taylor, you're being recorded 24/7. You just said that you standing on business. Then you in confessional talking about you still want to explore things. No, you do not want to explore things with Alandria. The only reason why Taylor said that is because Taylor was on camera. Like I said, I watched videos of people like Serena from last season, and they said that sometimes they forgot they were on camera because, like I said, in the actual villa, there's not cameras following them around. They just put cameras all over the house to capture their moments. And I honestly feel like sometimes people forget it, and Taylor's dumbass is one of them. And don't worry, Taylor is going to explore his connection from the Fiji International Airport, like I said, because we are going to get Taylor and Clark out as soon as we can. Okay, don't worry, Taylor. Don't worry. Your wish will be granted soon. Don't worry. Then Chris decides that he wants to pull Ace for a chat. And y'all, I cannot be the only one that did not think to myself, Ace is so short compared to Chris. It looked like Chris was walking with his little brother, y'all. It looked like Chris was walking with his little brother. So Chris talks to Ace, and he's basically letting him know, like, this ain't the fire drill, this the real thing. He letting him know, like, I don't play that shit. I don't play the petty shit. I'm just, you know, I just see the girl that you with and I want her. You know, we could play like a little good fair game, and whoever she chooses, but I'm not on that petty shit, and I don't like awkwardness. And Ace is saying, yes, daddy, yes, daddy. I'm looking at Ace like, Ace, you know who to play with. You know who to play with and who not to play with. Because what this guy is doing is low-key worse than what Jeremiah was doing. But you was all up Jeremiah's ass. Why? Because Jeremiah is a black nerd. This Chris boy, on the other hand, this boy look like he don't play no games. He tall as hell. This is a basketball player, and this boy don't look like no nerd. This boy look like he's the real deal. Like, he looks like he's like, when he say something, he mean it. And so to see Ace show a level of respect, and to see Ace be like, man, I F with you for coming to talk to me, da da da, like, thank you so much. It just lets me know that Ace knows who to play with. Because if it was Jeremiah who did that shit, Ace would not be happy, and Ace would be trying to figure out ways to sabotage Jeremiah and get Jeremiah out of here like he did a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, Ace knows who he can play with and who he cannot play with. Amaya and Zach, and those are my winners. If you guys do not know, I love Amaya and I love Zach so much. And then we pan to Iris and Sierra, and basically Sierra is telling Iris that while they were gone, Alandria and Nick decided to try to explore the connections, and the connections failed and they kissed each other. Iris says, wait, your best friend kissed your man? Sierra's like, yeah, let's talk about it. I do not care for Iris. I don't dislike her, but I just don't care for her. I think she's boring. I am very happy that Iris said something. I'm very happy that Iris did not let Sierra just talk and be like, oh, okay, that's good, and they went about their business. Because let me tell you why. Sierra wants some type of validation, because Sierra knows deep down inside that what she heard from Olandria and Nick is BS. Like, her woman's intuition is starting to ring off. Like I said, she putting cat on him, like how young boy used to say she gonna put that, but say on me, put it on, make her put up on me.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on, come and pull up on me, make
she already know that something not right. Those wheels are beginning to turn in her head, and she keeps lying to herself and trying to psych herself to believe that this situation is not a big deal. But her woman's intuition is literally screaming, and she is going around the villa and trying to have conversations with people so people can open it up and say the situation is weird. And I am very, very happy that Iris let her know it was weird. Because Sierra, if you feel some type of way, talk about it. You mean to tell me that Iris said it's weird and you gonna say, you know what, you're right, it is a little weird, I'm not gonna... Girl, bye. That is how you felt when Alandria told you what happened. That is how you felt when Nick told you what happened. It's two things. Number one, you are not threatened by Alandria, and like I said before, you do not think that Alandria has the capability to take your man. And the funny thing about this whole situation is that you are over here saying that you're happy that he tried it with Alandria and no one else. Baby, you should be worried that he did that shit. You are better off being happy with him trying it with any of the Casa Amor girls. You are better off being happy with Nick trying it with Huda than with Alandria. Because I'm telling you one thing, if it's not one girl that Nick don't like in that house, it's Alandria. When Nick is willing to shut down that whole entire house and pull a Taylor if he had the opportunity to, if Alandria gave him the opportunity to go get Alandria. I'm telling you right now. And I feel like she knows it, but I feel like she's trying so hard to deny it. And the next question that comes into play is, why don't you think that Alandria is your competition? I'm confused. What, because none of the guys in the house are really asking for her right now? What, because Taylor didn't want her? Baby, you're wildly mistaken if you think that Alandria is not your competition. And number two, she does not want to step on Alandria's toes. She knows that Alandria would give it to her if she tries to argue with Alandria. She's scared of Alandria. She don't really want to call her out. Because I tell you one thing, had it been Huda that got kicked out of the house and they paired Huda and him together and Huda kissed him, the whole situation would have been completely different. Everybody will be talking about how Huda's a fake friend and this and that, and how Huda this and Huda that and da da da. Whenever it's Alandria, you want to sit around and act like you're unbothered by the situation, but as soon as Iris says something not right, you tell my son, you know what, you are right. Girl, bye. Because one thing about me, if a guy tells me that he did something that I'm dating and I don't see nothing wrong with it, or I'm not fazed by it, and I say, yeah, I'm not really fazed by it, then my best friend says something and I'm not fazed by it, nobody can change my mind, especially if we are in that type of setting, like a Love Island setting. If I say I'm not fazed by it, I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, if I'm fazed by it, I'm going to be like, girl, I ain't gonna lie, I'm fazed. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, because like I told y'all, Sierra is very strategic and Sierra does stuff to try to save face. That scene right there just made me really look at her like, Sierra, get off my screen. Like, Sierra just, I don't know, like, she just does little things that irritates me, and I don't know for that one. Like, I really don't know for that one. So after a while, Amaya gets a text and we get ready for the heart rate challenge. Not like the heart rate challenge this year. I don't like how they put the couples together, and honestly speaking, I don't like how they did the heart rate challenge so fast. I don't think the heart rate challenge has been done that quickly after Casa Amor. I don't know why they did the heart rate challenge that fast, and I don't know why they paired the couples together. I wanted everybody to do it individually so we could see whose heart rate is really pumping, because when you pair the couples together, of course the couples heart rates are not going to be pumping for each other, because they are working on trying to pump up the other cast members' heart rate. So I don't like how they did it this year. But they do heart rate challenge, couples edition. People come out. I'm not gonna talk about every single couple. It was hot. It was spicy. It was magnificent. Let's go to Shelly and Ace. So Ace and Shelly go, and Shelly literally goes to Chris twice. She kisses Chris the first time, then she kisses all the other boys, and she grinds and she dances on all the other boys, and then she runs back to Chris again and she puts her leg up on him, and then she kisses him again. Let's talk about Huda, because that's really why we are here today. Huda ends up making out with Ace on the floor, and Shelly ends up making out with Chris, and Huda basically dances on Ace and starts grinding on him. And y'all, Ace was loving every bit of it. Huda gets on top of Chris and she does her stripper moves. That baby is a stripper. Now, y'all know me. I stay talking shit about Huda doing the same moves in every scene. But that scene, she pulled out her tricks and her tips. She pulled out her VIP tricks. She pulled out the tricks that she do when she's in the VIP room of her strip club arena. She pulled out those tricks, and I was very, she ate. When I say scrum dilly yum yum, a purr, like, she ate up that challenge. And honestly speaking, I feel like if Huda did not eat up that challenge, nobody would be mad about what Huda did. So then all the islanders are looking all weird and everybody's looking uncomfortable, and a lot of people are speculating that Huda did way more than we saw on camera. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really think there's anything more than Huda could have really done. Even if she did do something that we did not get to capture on camera, I don't think it was anything serious. What, did she take his dick out and ride it? Like, I don't know. Like, people are saying like Huda did something way more. Y'all, it is a heart rate challenge, number one. And number two, I honestly don't feel like Huda did anything more explicit than what she already did. What I think happened is, I think Ace got hard. That's what happened. I think Ace got hard as a rock, and everybody was able to see it, and everyone got uncomfortable. Because imagine a short man laying down on the floor and his dick is in the air and everybody's just looking. And I'm not saying, you know, heart rate challenges, the guys get hard. I've seen it happen. But I definitely do think that Ace got really, really hard. And y'all, if Shelly wants to be mad at Huda for that, then she needs to be mad at Ace too, because Ace was enjoying every bit of that. When Huda was on top of him, kissing him, Ace had his hands around Huda's neck and was choking her and kissing her back. Even when Huda was shaking her bum on top of him, he was pushing her bum back with his hand. Like, Ace was enjoying every little bit of that. So I was really looking at Shelly like, if you want to be mad, you need to be mad at Ace as well. Because even when Ace went to go sit down and people were like making faces and people were saying that was too much, Ace was smiling and looking at Taylor like he was happy that that happened to him. He was happy for that experience. He did not care. So we are going to get back to the Huda situation, but let's talk about Alandria. right? So Alandria dances, and then she decides to go pick Taylor to put on the floor. Why she picked Taylor, I don't know. She dances on Taylor and stuff like that, and you can literally see Taylor trying to close his eyes while she's dancing on him. And it just really just made me look at Alandria like, why is she still here? I just don't get it at this point. Like, I really don't get why Alandria is still here. I, in some way, shape, or form, feel like Alandria still wants him. I feel like she knows that he's not really pushing for it, so she's letting it ride. He didn't even pull her for a chat. The fact that Taylor didn't even pull her for a chat lets you and I and all of us know how Taylor really feels about her. He didn't even have the balls to pull her for a chat and let her know why he did what he did. He is a child, and the fact that she is still performing for him is irritating me. And then we find out that she rose his heart rate up the most. She goes in the confessional and says, yeah, give him something to think about. Think about what, girl? Think about what? Like, think about what? Like, there's nothing to think about at this point. Like, you and Taylor are done. And I'm not saying that Alandria is not saying that they're done, but it's like, think about what? Like, why are you still trying to prove yourself to this guy? This guy knows that you're bad. This is a colorist. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Taylor does not like black women. He doesn't like dark-skinned women. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with nothing. Taylor is an insecure black man who do not like his own woman, his own black woman. And that is the reason why you did not get picked. Why are you still performing for Taylor? Why are you still trying to show your worth towards Taylor? Who is Taylor? Like, who is Taylor? This boy doesn't even know how to kiss. Come on. Come on. So, after the challenge, everybody is talking about how inappropriate Huda was. And Huda, Amaya, and Adriana ends up going to speak about the situation. And then we have Shelly, Sierra, and what's this girl named Alandria. They go speak about the situation. So let's talk about Huda and them. So Huda is basically letting them know, like, yeah, like, she's pissed at me, y'all. And she's like, I didn't think that, like, I did anything wrong, because, you know, this is just a challenge. But she's actually very mad at me. And Huda acknowledges that her and Shelly are friends. She's like, that's my friend. I do not want my friend to go to bed upset. So I'm definitely going to talk to my friend about the situation because I feel bad now. And Amaya's just basically letting her know, like, yeah, like, just let her know the situation. Make sure that she, you know, Amaya's just reassuring her, and then Adriana is just there nodding her head. Then the screen pans over to Shelly, and Shelly is pissed, y'all. Shelly is basically saying that if that's how Huda acts, then she does not want to be friends with her. And honestly speaking, when Shelly was saying that, I was looking at Shelly like, sis, when have you and Huda been friends? You literally talk shit about Huda all the time. Mind you, before Shelly talked about the situation and she said, hey guys, I want to talk about what happened. I don't know if I'm tripping. We got Sierra saying, yeah. Oh, so you ready for that conversation, but you still not ready for the conversation with Nick and Alandria, huh? We got Sierra going like, girl, you not wrong. Sierra is a pick-me. Like, why do you have so much mouth for Huda, but you don't have no mouth for your situation? Because Sierra does not like Huda. And I feel like Shelly does not like Huda. And then the fact that Shelly is trying to play this card of, that's my friend and my friend is doing me dirty. Y'all don't like Huda. And I know somebody's in the comments, because I've literally been seeing everybody's literally been either on Shelly's side with this situation or on Huda's side with this situation. So I know there are going to be people in my comments that are going to be disagreeing with me. But guys, we cannot act like Shelly likes Huda. Shelly does not like Huda. When Huda decided to pick Chris for the recoupling, Shelly and Ace were looking at each other and making faces towards Huda. They do not like Huda. The only time that they acknowledge that Huda is their friend is when they are offended by something that Huda did, and they're basically trying to say, and this is what a friend is doing. That's the only time I've never seen Shelly and Huda have one-on-one chats or really talk to each other. When Huda was working out earlier in the year, Shelly was sitting down with the guys and talking shit about her to the point where Huda had to look at them because she peeked that they all were talking shit about her. Shelly literally was like, ugh, she's looking, be quiet, let's change the subject. You're not a good friend as well. You really feel like Huda ain't being a good friend? You're not a good friend to Huda as well. And I'm not defending Huda and I'm not taking up for Huda, but I'm just saying, don't try to act like you and Huda are friends, because since when have you and Huda been friends? I'm confused. Then we got Sierra co-signing. Girl, if you are not ready to come to terms with the fact that your man wants Alandria, keep it on the playground and keep quiet. So they're talking about the situation, and in my honest opinion, I feel like it was just a challenge. Also, Shelly ends up bringing up Chris, which lets me know that she definitely has some issues with Huda outside of what Huda did with Ace. I just feel like the Ace situation really sent Shelly into an uproar. She has personal issues with Huda. I think that she does not like the fact that Huda went after Chris in Casa Amor, and I feel like she brought it up in that conversation to really talk about it, because Chris had nothing to do with the situation in that moment. And if she really felt a way about Huda bringing Chris back for herself instead of Huda trying to make it look like she brought her back for Shelly, and she would have said something when it happened. No, she waited till this situation happened to say something, because Shelly does not like Huda. It's obvious. And you know, when you are around someone that you don't like, everything that they do starts irritating you. And that's definitely what it is. They don't like Huda. And I know some people were saying, for Pepe to say something, you know Huda did a lot. Fuck, it's Pepe. Y'all acting like Pepe Donald Trump. Give a damn what Pepe said. This nigga still haven't called Hannah names since she left. Think I care about Pepe's opinion? Pepe don't like Huda. And y'all talking about for Pepe to say something. Pepe been talking shit about Huda since when she tried to pull him for a chat when he was dating Hannah at the time. Pepe don't like Huda. And none of them like Huda. So anything that Huda does is going to be definitely overemphasized because they don't like her. And I know some people might argue and be like, well, Huda was doing it with Jeremiah and she said that nobody can talk to Jeremiah and touch Jeremiah. Yes, Huda was doing that with Jeremiah. And we what did we do, y'all? I'm talking about Annie. We ate that up. We ate her up and we called Huda out. And even Shelly called Huda out and let Huda know it's just a challenge. So Shelly, why isn't it just a challenge? Like, I am irritated with everybody this season. Everybody irritates me. Every episode somebody new irritates me. I don't even know how Shelly managed to irritate me like that this episode. I know some people are going to be in the comments defending Shelly, but I don't see what Shelly is mad about. Like Shelly, how Shelly told Huda, it's just a challenge. Shelly, it's just a challenge. What are you mad about? And I honestly feel like Shelly is mad because she know that Huda did her big one, and she rose that boy. She rose that boy Peanut. She rose that boy heart rate up the most as well. And I think that she does not like that at all. And like I said from the beginning, because people be trying to argue with me saying that Ace never liked Huda, Ace definitely liked Huda from the beginning. And that shit that she did for him tonight really made him happy because he likes Huda. The reason why Ace is mean to Huda is because Huda never gave him any attention. The little attention that Huda gave him tonight, look how he's smiling from ear to ear. Look how he grinning from ear to ear. And look how that dick standing up. That boy was happy that that happened to him. He got a little midnight special. He ain't even have to throw no ones at her, you feel me? And also, there's one more thing that I want to say. What is the one last thing that I want to say about the situation? People who are about to come and be like, well, Huda was doing it when Jeremiah, so Shelly can do it. Huda, and I'm not justifying it. I'm not justifying it because at the end of the day, it was wrong. I am not justifying it because it seems like people be having, you know, select hearing when it comes to me sometimes. But Huda was mad at the bombshells trying to come after Jeremiah. Huda was not so much more angry and mad at people like Alandria and them. In one of the challenges Alandria made out with Jeremiah, she was shocked. She was like, but she was not mad at Alandria. When Huda started getting mad is when Hannah and Amaya came as the bombshell and Amaya made out with him and stuff like that. So I personally feel like, you know for a given fact, Shelly, that Huda don't want Ace. So why are you getting so, like, panties in a bunch about this situation? Like, I don't get it. I feel like they are starting to bully her at this point. And honestly speaking, that's why you have to watch what you do when you come around people. And you have to make sure you don't rub people the wrong way. And I'm talking about Huda. You have to make sure you don't rub people the wrong way when you first meet them, because first impressions are so important. And I feel like for the first 2 weeks, Huda rubbed the whole house the wrong way with that Jeremiah situation. And even with her talking anyhow about the new girls who came in, to the point now where nobody in the house likes her and anything she does is wrong. And I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying that that's what Huda gets, but I'm just saying that's what happens when you rub people the wrong way. Anything that you start doing from here on out becomes wrong in their eyes. Even if it's not even wrong, it becomes wrong. And I feel bad for Huda. And oh, before I go, let me talk about Adriana. Adriana pissed me off this episode. I usually don't have nothing to say about Adriana because the most that I can say about her is that she's just a beautiful Dominican girl with a nice ass BBL body. I love her body. It's so beautiful. Whoever her doctor is, he did his big one. Clock it. But Adriana pissed me the hell off this episode. Because why would you sit down with Huda and listen to Huda talk about how she's going to go talk to Shelly, that she's upset, that she doesn't want Shelly to go to bed mad, and then go walk to the girls and tell the girls, oh, I spoke to Huda. Huda don't think she did nothing wrong. Huda thinks it was just a challenge, and leave it at that. You're twisting her words up and you're not telling the full story, and it's mad weird. First of all, Adriana should have never did that shit at all. You're playing both sides and it's weird as hell. And we know what side you're really choosing. You went to go sit next to Huda to gain information. You didn't go sit next to Huda to actually hear what she had to say. And it's weird as hell. Like, this whole house, everybody in this villa is weird. Everybody in this house is weird except for my Amaya Papaya. And honestly speaking, Huda owes Amaya a big apology because the girl that she hated in the beginning is the only girl who literally is able to talk to her and see through the bullshit and give her advice and not go sit over there and, you know, gang up on Huda with those girls over there. Adriana pissed me off badly because whenever she did that, she made Shelly even more mad. First of all, Adriana had no business telling Shelly nothing. But if Adriana wanted to go over there and speak to Shelly, she could have said, I spoke to Huda. She didn't think she did anything wrong, but she is very upset that you are upset, and she said she's going to talk to you because Huda does not want you to go to bed mad. And leave it at that. But don't go over there and say, oh, I spoke to Huda. She don't think she did nothing wrong. Girl, you're being messy. And for what? For what? And y'all starting to make people like Huda. Because it's a lot of people that I have talked to that hated Huda. They starting to like Huda because y'all are bullying her. So y'all are the ones looking like bad guys. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and y'all opinions. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. I already said everything I had to say. I just feel like there is no point of Shelly being that angry. It's not that deep. I love you guys so much. Y'all let me know y'all's opinions, and I will see you guys in the next review. Bye, y'all.